Chapter 43 to 48. Age 767, May 13th. Somewhere around the corner of the never-ending universe, a lone planet with no sign of life. A portal suddenly appeared as two humans with the tails of a monkey walked out. The other human is injured all over his body with his head being burned, while the other one is similar in face to the injured guy, but older. Fuck. I'm late. Ryu's head is burned from that last blast and the whole timeline is messed up because of those stupid fuckers, said the mysterious guy. Then a groan was heard in his side where Ryu is. Oh, you're awake. Don't move too much or you'll pass out, he said as Ryu looked at him in confusion and asked. Who am I? Where am I? Who are you? Ryu said as he looked around with vigilance ready to fight a threat. Oh, my workload will increase again, he whispered. You didn't know your name? Well, your name is Ryu, and we are currently on an uninhabitable planet which we teleported through a portal. Don't worry, I won't harm you. You are injured because of a fight which I saved you from. My name's Ryu, by the way. Ryu said with a smile, but deep inside he complained about his work increase in the future. Ryu. Why can't I remember anything? Ryu said as he sat down while his body and magic automatically heal his body. Which he noticed but didn't voice out. Well, you got hit by some overpowered blast straight to your head, but don't worry, I will help you till your memories are back, Ryu said while checking his magical suitcase full of weapons, ranging from a toothpick to a nuclear bomb that's the size of a fist. Oh. So what are you going to do now, since I don't remember anything? I don't think you should help me since I might be a useless person with this condition of mine, Ryu said with his body fully healed, but his memory isn't back yet. Don't worry about that, you just have to pay me until your memory comes back. Now that's done, in the next few living with me. We will train until you're fully healed, Ryu said and picked some puppets from his bag. Train? What's that, Ryu asked as he looked in interest towards the puppets. Well, the train is a type of transportation, joke. It just makes you stronger so that you can have your revenge. Now don't ask any more. Here, wear these gravity clothes on and adjust it to 10,000. Add 1,000 every 1 hour until the clothes can't go up, Ryu said as he tosses the clothes towards Ryu, who catches it. Ryu just shrugs and changes clothes while going with the flow. Near planet Beerus, Earth got teleported there with Whis in his serious face while checking the Z fighters who are crying silently while Chichi passed out from exhaustion. Dad, is brother gonna be okay? Gohan asked with a clenched fist and blood flowing through. We don't know, son, but trust your brother. He will make it out alive, Goku said while looking at the dark sky since they are far from the solar system. Piccolo, who's silent throughout this ordeal, raise his arms upward and shoot an energy ball to imitate the sun. Hello, can I talk to you for a second? Whis said towards Goku, who's blaming himself for being weak and can't help his son to fight. What is it, Whis-san? Goku asked. Well, do you want to become stronger? Whis said his proposal while thinking. Since his son is a monster, he might be a monster too who hasn't tapped his full potential. Is it okay for me to train under you? Goku asked, but got interrupted by Vegeta. I'm in, I can't even do anything to help my fellow Saiyan. I want to be strong and become the rightful king of Saiyan who they can look up to and feel safe around me, Vegeta said with a clenched fist. One by one, the Z fighters also joined in and made Goku accept his proposal while Gohan will continue studying while training with Whis. 2 months later, age 767, July 13th. Ryu and Ryu are training in a harsh environment, sparring around while making a shockwave to the environment. You're getting stronger, Ryu, around 100x or more when I first saved you from that fight, Ryu said while dodging every attack of Ryu. Well, it's all thanks to you, but I still didn't have my memories back for the past months, so what stage am I now? Ryu said with his silver eyes. Well, you're just in the beginning towards godhood. There are 10 stages which are purified ki or god ki, which I like to call. This is the first stage and the second stage is a mystery. For now, I will tell you when you arrived at this stage. Ryu said. I see. So what stage are you now? Ryu asked. Well, around the 3rd stage, I'm closer to the 4th stage, Ryu said. Ryu nodded while increasing his pace of attacks, which Ryu just dodged. This continues for hours until they stop to meditate and control their ki to compress it more until it turned liquid. The first ki is like a smoke that is floating around and the second ki level is in liquid form, which he learned from Ryu. He said that it will make him stronger than ever, which is true, but the process is hard and as time passed by, it is getting harder. He needs his full concentration to turn his monstrous ki into liquid ki, and if a single mistake he makes can make his whole ki go wild, as his conscious will be gone until he passed out from exhaustion or someone knocked him out. Which he did in his first time practicing this technique. Luckily, Ryu is with him. If not for Ryu, he might wreck this planet or in the worst case, annihilation. He also learned the by omen from Ryu, who taught it to him. Age 767, July 13th. Ryu's POV. Well, this Ryu guy seems too familiar to me, but can't seem to remember. His face resembles mine a little bit. Also, he seems to know me a little too well. Like I'm his family or something, I pondered while looking at Ryu, who's at the age of 20-ish. Oh well, let's wait for him to say it to me then. It's not like I needed to know him very well. Yeah, that's what I thought with uncertainty in my mind. Duh. Cough. I mean, Ryu. What are you thinking? Ryu said with a smile while giving some maintenance to his weapons and tools. Oh. It's nothing. Anyway, what will you do when I finally get my memory back? I asked as he flowed in a meditation position. Going back to my previous work, obviously, Ryu said as he finished maintaining his weapons and tools. Putting it back to his suitcase, that seems limitless. Anyway, I will tell you the next stage tomorrow, as it seems you will be finished in compressing your ki and purifying it from impurities. Ryu changed the subject as this might turn into Ryu having information that's too dangerous for him. I nodded and continued my meditation throughout the day with Ryu doing all the work. Age 767, July 14th. I woke up in a jolt as many memories burst through my mind like a flood. Arg. This. I remember now. I fight that guy who called himself Cronus and his goons. I was hit by that energy on my head. I said in a hushed voice so that Ryu won't wake up. Also, since I remembered everything already. I already guessed that Ryu must be my son in the future, which I'm proud of. I mean, who wouldn't? But I won't expose him since it might cause of him not being here in the future, or he might turn into an opposite gender. Well, since I remember now. What do I do now? Continue my training with Ryu or looked for Earth around this vast universe. 3RD POV. While Ryu continued thinking in his own world and contemplating what is the most important choices he had to make. Ryu woken up to see Ryu deep in thinking. Calling him out gets him out of his thought. What is it, Ryu? Ryu asked in confusion. It's nothing. Anyway, let's eat now, Ryu said enthusiastically because of the foods. Putting down his suitcase, he picked a small bag and put his hands inside to get something. Pulling his hands out, a 10-ton worth of meat was pulled out in that small bag like it's nothing. Ryu, seeing Ryu pulling out the meats, smiled and float some branches to make a campfire to cook the meats that's ready to be cooked. Well, it's already seasoned when Ryu pulled it out and it only needs to be cooked to be good to eat. Waiting for the meats to be cooked, Ryu said to Ryu, who's salivating. Ryu, my memories are back. But I want you to train me to your current level if it's okay with you. Ryu said with a burning gaze. Since it comes to this, he needed to get stronger than even before. Also, he already make his choices and what's important. Since, he already trained the Z fighters for the upcoming Cell games, which he is uncertain if it will be continue or not. Oh, OHH. So, you already got your memories back? Since when? Ryu said in surprised. This morning, and also, what about my offer? Are you okay with it or not? If not, I will find my family after we finish this breakfast, Ryu said. Well. Sure, why not? As I said the previous day, I will tell you the second stage and also the third stage since you have your memories back now, Ryu said excitedly. Thanks, Ryu, I'm really grateful of you helping me. Anyway, now that my memories are back. What do you want for your payment of helping me? Ryu said and excited for the upcoming months or years to come. Well, for your payment would be protecting the universe you're in when I'm already gone, that's it, Ryu said as the meat's aroma fly through the air. Looks like the meats are almost ready to be cooked, let's do some magic to finish it quickly then, Ryu said and with a wave of his hand. The almost finished roasted dinosaur meats was finished in a second. Yes, it's a dinosaur meat. Ryu and Ryu then quickly eat the meats to finish so that they will train. Well, I will tell you the second stage to godhood now. The second stage is called God Physique. It lets you become a god in a permanent form with your unique god ki, and also god ki has many different colors. Green, yellow, blue, violet, etc. Even black can be your god ki color. You might already know that the key color you show is how they perceive your purity of heart, like white being good and dark purple or something is evil. Made up, so don't take it seriously. Ryu said in his teacher mode. This affects your personality even more when you go to the second stage, as it amplifies many folds or less and making your godly aura deeper in color. So do be careful of this stage and don't go to the dark path. Ryu continued while Ryu listened in full attention to not miss out. Now, to the main part. God physique is something you have to be careful, and how to achieve it is by using your newly God key to your body and assimilate it fully to become one with your body, and the form will be a lesser buff body, but don't worry, as it make you even stronger and faster than ever, Ryu said with confidence. Also, you need to take it slowly, as it is painful even if you take it slow, so don't be reckless at assimilating your God key into your body, Ryu said seriously. Ryu nodded like a good child following the elder's advice. While it's true it hurts your body, it also makes you stronger because of your broken Zenkai, when even a small injury like a cut or scratch can make you stronger even if it's minuscule. Plus the regeneration you got, it will be easy for you, Ryu said with a smile. Because of that, I will specially prepare your training room. It is everything you can think of to train, so be ready, as I will not give you mercy on this, just like that. A dreadful feeling rise in Ryu's heart, making him shudder in fear of what's going to happen in the upcoming future. Ryu then reached in his pocket and threw it to the ground. A dome-like house was formed at the smoke. Ryu told Ryu to follow him inside to train and make him even stronger, slowly but surely. Age 767, December 13th. 5 months had passed since I trained with Ryu. I finally achieved the third stage, which is the autonomous UI physique. A stage where I move without thinking, permanently. Also, today is the day that Ryu and I separated ways. Ryu. So, this is our last training, huh? Thank you for teaching me all you know, and also the payment of protecting the universe. I will do so. I said, getting emotional. The past months I've been with Ryu are one of the most memorable memories. He teaches me everything he knows and patiently trained me, even though he is also a busybody. Don't worry about it, Ryu. I gotta go now, my deadline for staying here is over. Goodbye, see you in many years to come, Ryu said, hugging Ryu. Ryu hugged Ryu back, patting its back. I gotta go. Goodbye, Ryu said, and a space vortex sucked him in, disappearing in front of his eyes. Yeah. Goodbye, son. Well, I gotta go too, since my parents and Eris is waiting for me, and the fighters too. Can't forget them. Also, the kids, I muttered as I spread my key sense all around the universe and find them at the corner of the universe. I teleported there, whilst hiding my presence, to surprise them. I looked at the Z fighters, training super hard that their average power level reaches billions or even trillions. The kids also matured, and the Tuffle kids make androids and improve them to a higher level. Soon, I see Eris and Gohan had sparring. Well, I wouldn't call it sparring, and instead, Eris is toying with Gohan. She is even dodging at ease and flicks her finger to Gohan's forehead. Goku and Vegeta also sparred, as mountains got destroyed every time they fight, also they are in Super Saiyan Blue while fighting. I also see Whis and Beerus supervising the Z fighters from their training. All in all, they had major improvements from the time I was gone, and it seems that Beerus woke up because of the threat to the universe, making him train the promising warriors. Minutes later, the sparring and training finish as it is lunchtime. I saw them getting their food as I sneak near them and get my food. At the table where the Z fighters are eating. Guys, we are finally stronger from the past months, and soon, we can have our revenge on those scums that hurt Ryu. Eris said, clenching her fist that it bleeds. Yeah, we will avenge him soon, but we need more strength. They are too many for us to handle. I don't think we had enough strength to defeat them all, Gohan, the smart one of the group said. While Eris is smart, she is more on technologies and doesn't give a damn about anything except for Ryu. Yeah, we should do that and get revenge with those guys who injured me, I said while laughing inside. Yee. Huh. Ryu. You are finally back. Thank God you're okay. Eris, who realizes, jumps in joy and hugged Ryu while crying. Wah. Sniff, I was so scared when you were gone and fight those guys on your own. I'm glad you're okay and nothing happens to you. Eris said, crying every second. You're back, brother. Gohan said and hugs me tightly that my god physique might get crashed from pressure. Soon, all the Z fighters, kids, Bulma, Chichi, Ox King, and all the humans present hugged Ryu one by one, and some even hugged him tightly. It broke his arms. But with his regeneration, it's back again and had a huge boost in strength. Yeah. I'm back guys, and I miss you all. Also, it seems that all of you are getting stronger. Should we do a spar? All of you versus me, what do you say? This could also be an opportunity to point out any mistakes from your training, I said, making the battle-hungry warriors agree as I make a huge stage that is made of the strongest materials. We get into the stage as I motioned them to attack me. The first ones to attack are Goku and Gohan with their new combo attack. With a barrage of small energy balls and a Kamehameha, the balls swirl around the Kamehameha beam while the Kamehameha gets stronger and faster. I deflect it with the back of my hands as Eris used her technology that can even pierce through the hardest metal, but I dodged it with little movements. I saw Vegeta attacking me in close combat and I retaliate by flicking my finger as the wind burst strongly that it makes a tornado in a horizontal line while numerous blades were with the tornado. This makes Vegeta dodge the attack and didn't try blocking it heads-on because he would get shredded by that attack. This action makes them drenched in sweat. Seeing that they don't want to attack, I attack them instead by blinking to the strongest of them all, Beerus. Yes, you read it right. Beerus joined the fight because he was getting bored, but sadly, what he didn't know is that I am merciless when getting into a fight and don't hold back at all. I punched Beerus in the face super hard that his swollen cheek looks like Compa's cheek. I attack him again by kicking his arm, snapping it, making him scream. Thus the nightmare comes back to the Z fighters, and had a flashback from the early days when I first spar with them. They cautiously group up and attack me at the same time as they know that they can't do shit anymore. This makes me approve of them as they finally know that having teammates is better. More satisfaction of breaking their bodies because of how many they are. I looked at them and goes to my Super Saiyan, but this time it was different as my aura was crystal green with my hair tinted in green mixed with my blonde hair. Attacking them with a barrage of key balls for distraction, I didn't think that it would be stronger and wiping them out in the process. Age 777, December 13th. 10 years had passed since then. I become 19 years old and Gohan become 20 years old while Goten is 10 years old. He was born at the late age of 767, on August 26th. The first time I saw him was the first thing I thought is he looks just like Goku, and also, he is strong when he was born. He had already reached 1.55 billion as an infant. Thankfully, nothing happens to Chichi when Goten was born. Throughout those years, all I did was train with others and teach Goten to master Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan Blue, which is awesome since he takes after Chichi IQ while having the physique of Saiyan from Goku who had already reached Super Saiyan Blue. He is also stronger than Trunks by a large margin because Goku reached the Super Saiyan God when they make out, giving him the best gene he can currently have. Also, Gohan and Videl are already engaged and have a plan to have a wedding in age 778, which is also my plan to get married to Eris. Sadly, I cannot go to the 5th stage yet, which is the unison stage, where both my mind and body will unite and become one. Fortunately, I am closer to that stage and I can feel that I will break through in 5 years minimum. Today, I and Eris am going on a date. You know, the usual thing couples do. While walking around, we walked towards a crowded place where there was a performance going on. I looked at Eris and told her if she wants to go there and she nodded. Arriving, I pulled something in my pocket as I grabbed the startled Eris to the middle. I got on one knee and opened the small box. A simple ring was seen, but don't let the appearance judge what you've seen. It is made with the finest and hardest material ever made with multiple functions I gave through magic and key that can protect the user. It has many things I put in it that most of it is forgotten. The crowd was shocked by the development and some are cheering for us. Eris, I am happy and thankful you've come into my life and stayed with me throughout these years and the time you worried about me that you want to fight those enemies even against all odds and knowing you would lose to them. I was extremely happy and because of that, I decided that you are the only woman in my life I can stay with. So, Eris, will you marry me? I said nervously, looking at Eris who covered her mouth and tears flowing out of her eyes. Throughout the past 10 years, I was always by her side. Researching with her, making destructive weapons that can destroy anything and of course, she also makes protective items, but it mostly contains a weapon that can kill enemies. Thus, I also saw her whole personality, her habits, her ambition, etc. That I memorized for those years. Is this for real? Yes. Of course, I will marry you. Eris said while sniffing, hugging me tightly as I smiled and put the ring on her finger. The crowd clapped their hands and cheered, congratulating us. We continued our date, but this time, we date in the sky with my Nimbus. Soon, we finished our date and returned to our home, which is always the place where Goten stays, to play. He is attached to me when he sees me for the first time and doesn't want to be separated from me, but Chichi always pulls his ear and drag him every time he throws a tantrum. Goten, you are here again. Does mom knows about this? I asked. He put his finger near his mouth and shushed me. No, don't tell mom, please. But, brother Ryu. Can you train me? I am stuck on how to achieve Super Saiyan Blue, and brother Gohan is too busy with his company that he didn't have enough time for me. You are the only one I can count on. Even dad or Uncle Raditz is busy. Please train me, Goten asked pitifully while Eris sighed with his antics. She already knows that Goten just wants to spend time with his brother Ryu, and everybody knows it. So, Eris just let me go, and I nodded as I trained with the jumping Goten, running around and shouting. I sighed and spar with him for a minute before we start with the real thing and beat him up super hard and heal him again. Of course, I still didn't change my daily routine of breaking bones, and that's what happens to Goten, who shouted in pain, but it ended too quickly as I punched him to his stomach, making him cough blood all over the ground. I healed him again, then beat him. This continued for hours before Goten finally gave up. Of course, I teach him how to achieve the Super Saiyan Blue, but it doesn't mean that there's no payment, and the payment is beating. Thus, the days of Goten's suffering continue throughout the ordeal, and he finally achieved Super Saiyan Blue in 2 months, age 778, February 28th. Now that you have achieved Super Saiyan Blue, you can go back to our parents now. Also, be careful out there, or you might be attacked by enemies since you are part of the Sun family. Well, you are quite strong now, so it should be a breeze for you to fight the enemies. Here, I'll give this bracelet to you. It can protect you from a powerful attack that is equivalent to my power. Be careful out there, okay? I said, worried. Even though I am strong, I also have many enemies from the future timeline that always come here. They have a power that can go toe to toe with me. Some are even higher, and I don't even know why my future self kept giving me some enemies. While it gives me a power-up every time I fight, it doesn't mean I like it. Since this attack from the enemies kept happening every month or day. I can't even take a break, and of course, I tried to track them, but it always has tricks hidden up their sleeves. Don't worry about me, brother Ryu. Goodbye guys, he said as he flew to our parents' house direction. I'm getting a bad feeling about these past few days. It's as if my life will end at any moment if I don't get stronger. I am worried that I will harm you guys, I said, talking to Eris, who listened to me. Let them come, I don't care. If I can stay by your side, I don't care if I die. At least you will be with me by my side, Eris said, hugging me from behind. I nodded and hugged Eris back. We walked towards our bed and let off a steam from each other. A pounding sound was heard and a moan reverberated around the room. This continues for many hours until we finally stop since someone might come. Age 778, January 1st. A new year had come and I become a father. Eris is pregnant today. I sense additional energy in her belly, and I was so happy that I told everyone we would get married 5 days later, which is doable with our money, to prepare everything. We celebrated the whole new year as I finally become a father. Eris, I am really glad I meet you. You being part of my life is the greatest thing that happens to me. I will give my all to be a good husband and father for our child, I said, emotionally. Eris chuckled as her cheeks goes to light pink. No, I should be saying that. You gave my life meaning to life, and you were there when I was struggling. Despite how crazy I am, you tolerated all my actions for all these years we lived together. That's why I am thankful I become a part of your family, Eris said, and kissed my lips. I kissed her back as the crowds cheered for us. But in just a matter of seconds, a blast occurred right next to our place. Multiple people resulted in casualties, broken bones, missing limbs, and many more. I looked at the sky and saw a demon who was smiling maniacally. The Z fighters who are present go into combat mode as they looked at the single demon who caused these massive casualties. You. Who are you? What have you done? I said angrily as I looked and saw bodies lying all around the ground, kids crying and mourning for their parents. Kakik, oh Ryu. My dear Ryu, you are the reason why this happened and the person who gave me purpose in life. You told me 20 years from now that I should live the way I want and nobody would stop me. So here we are, I become the very person you let go of. Because of your disappearance, Ryu, your son chased after me and tried to stop me from doing my life. So, I will end Eris here with that abomination in her belly. Said the demon, he has dark purple skin, teeth like a shark, and 2 horns. You fucker. Is that the only reason why you killed these people? For fun. I shouted and flew at a fast speed towards the demon. He blocked it effortlessly as he countered me with a punch on my stomach. Coughing blood, I looked at him furiously as I transformed into LSSJ immediately, surprising him a little by my increase of strength, but as if it was fun, he laughed hysterically and said, "Yes. That's the expression I want. The expression of anger, anguish, and many negative emotions. The expression I gave to you for killing my parents because of the way they lived their lives. Now, you can finally have the taste of what I feel about you killing my only family," said the demon as he smiled evilly before shooting ki blasts all around. Thankfully, Goku and the others were there to protect those who can't fight. What's got to do with me? Just because I killed your parents in the future, you inflict pain on the people around me. What's sickening mentally is that. Then, I am thankful that my future self killed your parents. Unfortunately, I didn't kill you. I should have uprooted the root, I said, blood dripping from my mouth. Heh, good, good. Keep up that energy when I killed Eris, your parents, your brother, and everything you cherish in life. The demon said as if he was mentally unstable and ready for blood, which he already was out for blood. I go to my full power and transform to my new form, LSSJ Evolution Blue. I teleported right next to his side and punch his liver, but all I felt in my punch was as if I punch a rubber and bounces off. He smirks at me and roundhouse kicks me. I flew straight to the mountains, breaking through multiple mountains. As I gasped for air, the demon appeared right in front of me, smiling and punching my face as I flew straight toward space. Fuck. I can't defeat him this way. I gotta find a new strategy to kill him before he endangers multiple dangers again. Hopefully, the others are okay and won't interfere in this fight. Cough, I thought while feeling my organs getting ruptured. Despite how I reached the 4th stage, God mind, it only makes my mind stronger and not my physique at all. If I could just break through to the 5th stage, unison, I might have a chance to go toe to toe with this demon. I regain my bearing as I stop and look at the incoming demon, who's still flying at me. I go into a Kamehameha position as I charge up, and when he was close enough, I teleported at his back and blast him, charring his back for a little bit while I regenerated at a fast speed and my strength increased by a large margin from the injury I take. Gasping, I looked at the cloud of smoke. It clears up. When the smoke was gone, he was gone too. As if he disappeared entirely. I didn't sense anyone's presence whatsoever, confusing me as I know that I am not strong enough to kill him with a single attack. Looking around in cautiousness, it seems that he did disappear as I go back to Earth and saw them with worried faces. I also saw Eris crying, and when she sees me, she came flying into my embrace as she hugs me tightly. Please don't leave us again. I was so scared. I thought you would be gone for a second time and die. Train me. I want to be strong so that I can at least fight side by side with you without being a burden and no more protection from you, Eris said, still crying in my embrace. I can't do that. It could harm our child. So, you have to trust me, and I will protect you from any harm. Bulma, please gather the Dragon Balls and revive all the people who have died. I said as she got into work and immediately flew with Dragon Radar on her. While the Z fighters helped clean the place and help the people. As for me, I already had a plan in mind, and that is to find the Super Dragon Balls with the help of Whis. Fortunately, he arrived just in time, and tell him about my thought about collecting the Super Dragon Balls. Whis allowed me and contacted all of the angels from the different universes and told them the event that happened. This also alerted Zeno and the Grand Priest as all of them decided to visit Universe 7. While I flew all around the universe to find the Super Dragon Balls. For 2 months, with the latest invention that Bulma made that can read the signal emitting from the Super Dragon Balls. I found 4 of them in Universe 7, which means the remaining 3 SDBs are in different universes. As if God answers my call, the angel of Universe 6 and her god arrived with the 3 SDBs. Here's a little gift from Universe 6, I hope you liked it. Kampa, the god of U6 said. I looked at Whis and nodded at him who initiated the summoning call for the SDBs. A massive dragon was summoned that spans millions of kilometers, and Whis asked me what I wanted to wish for. I wished for knowledge about creating the Dragon Balls, I said to Whis, who told the dragon, and its eyes glow before my mind was flooded with knowledge about creating Dragon Balls. Age 778, January 2nd. Morning arrived as I reviewed how to create Dragon Balls. It's quite simple, all you have to do is have a God key and magic to create a Dragon Ball. The hardest part was creating the rules, which is a hassle, but I have to do it and become stronger. I have only 3 rules in my Dragon Balls. Rule number 1, you can only use the Dragon Balls for good. Rule number 2, only the users with a good heart can use the Dragon Balls, and the final rule. Rule number 3, wish anything that can be categorized as good, like a power boost for protecting the home planet, etc. After finishing with the rules, I created the dragon I had in mind. The Alpha Dragon in HTTYD, How to Train Your Dragon. As for the color, a mixture of green and gold. A burst of light was presented as a roar reverberated all around the multiverse. All angels, demons, gods, and every species of the multiverse heard the roar, making the others worshipped and feared. Finally, I created my own Dragon Balls. Sadly, I can't use it on myself, despite being the creator. This must be because I am the creator and had absolute authority over the dragon. The creator can't use the dragon they created, as it would create an imbalance to the multiverse and abuse the power of wishes. I sighed, but it is what it is. Walking back to my house where Eris was, I saw her smiling gently and singing a lullaby. Look how happy my wife is. Eris, I created my Dragon Ball. Use it and become strong, or we could use it for our child and make him stronger by unlocking his potential. What do you think? I asked Eris while patting her stomach. I see. Use it for our child. The stronger he is, the better it is. But, how did you know the gender of our child? Eris said, suspiciously. Well, how do I say this? I met him when he saved me from the invasion that causes me to lose my memories. So, for the last months of staying with him and regaining my memories, I saw the familiarity of his face, mine and yours. So, I assumed that he is our son, but I didn't tell him, as it might cause a butterfly effect, making this multiverse more complicated than it is. I said, laying down on the bed. Really? Was he handsome? Did he use any of my beloved weapons? She excitedly asked. Of course he is handsome, he got it from us after all. As for the weapons, I don't know, but I do know that he has a talent at making things which he got from you. I said. Eris smiled happily and looked at her stomach. Eris urged me to use the Dragon Ball and use it on our son, which I just sighed and summoned Alpha, the dragon I created and named in respect to its appearance. A gigantic dragon emerged from the boulder-sized Dragon Balls I stored in my storage. Also, I added a feature that makes the boulder-sized Dragon Balls into smaller pieces and makes it more challenging of finding the Dragon Balls. What are your wishes, my creator? A majestic voice resounded and reverberated around the earth, making the earthlings hear. I wished for my child to have the highest potential of everyone. I also wished for my wife, Eris, to have her potential at the highest potential you could ever do in your current limit. Also, I want every kid I bring on this planet to have the best lives they could ever have. That's all, you may disperse, I said as its eyes glow in gold. A shining light appeared around Eris's body as she feels her limit being reborn, and as if she can get stronger at a rate from when she was still in the growing phase. I looked at her jealously, as I can't wish myself to use my Dragon Balls, but I didn't let it stay in my mind and just be happy that Eris can become stronger than she ever was. While this is happening, a phenomenal thing happened at the corner of the ever-expanding multiverse, and a newly born universe was detected by Zeno, who monitors the multiverse. A newborn universe with no god? Wait, this universe doesn't need a god who destroys, but a god that can bring peace? I can put a Kaioshin there, as they are god of creation and perfect for the role, Zeno said, and summoned a Kaioshin, who appeared immediately. You called for me, Lord Zeno? The Kaioshin asked in confusion. I want you to create life and become the god of this newly born universe, Zeno said. The Kaioshin nodded and was teleported, but as if the universe had a consciousness, the Kaioshin was rejected and teleported back to the palace of Zeno, who looked confused. Why are you back immediately? Zeno asked. My lord, the universe seemed to reject entry as I teleported back to this place, Kaioshin said in uncertainty. I see, you can go back for now, as I will let Grand Priest investigate the universe. Zeno waved his hand and teleported the Kaioshin back. A universe that rejects entry? I think I heard something like that before. It should be here, Zeno said as he searched for a file on his tablet, and minutes later, he finally found it. He read it for hours before he finally stopped, as he was shocked by the thing he read. A universe that rejects entry means the universe is waiting for the rightful god who will rule the omniverse, and all gods shall worship him? This is absurd. But, what if it's true and the person who is worthy of the universe is greedy and wants to usurp the whole universe as I governed? This can't happen. I gave all my responsibility to make the multiverse peaceful by destroying the 6 universes that want to rule. Zeno anxiously said as he immediately ordered Grand Priest to not disclose the news of a newly created universe. Despite Zeno trying to keep it hidden from around the multiverse, the energy that attracts the worthy person kept getting stronger as if desperate and wants his child to return home. I looked up as I sensed the energy trying to communicate with me. Who? I said in cautiousness, looking around while Eris was worried again and recalled the trauma of losing me again. But I reassured her that it was okay as the energy seems to be looking and longing for someone. I told Eris that I will follow the energy which she resolutely want to follow me. I sighed and allowed her to follow me. I teleported multiple times and soon enough, we arrived at the border of the universe and it is expanding at a slow speed. The energy it emits was getting intense and I heard voices in my head, calling me to go inside. Eris, I think this universe is calling me. Please wait for me here. Taking out a spaceship from my storage, I let Eris inside and flew inside the universe. The space warped and I was teleported to a planet full of mythical beasts, gods in mythology, and the god who reincarnate me here. You have finally arrived, Ryu. Welcome to your universe, he said while the gods clapped their hands, congratulating me and giving me gifts. What's happening? I asked in confusion. Well, this is your universe that I created with the help of these gods and mythical beasts. Of course, we make a trial you have to do and make sure that you are worthy of this universe we gave. For the first trial, you need to defeat the mythical beasts that are on par with gods. Second trial is fighting the gods and mythical beast, and the last trial is fight me and you shall be rewarded. He said. Is that all? What happens if I lost the trail? I asked. Nothing, you will go back to your family and live while this universe will go poof and gone. He said, smiling. I see. Then, I shall start the trial, but before that. Will the time stop outside? I asked to make sure I won't miss a big event like the birth of my first child. Yes, it will stop, he said, and the trial initiated. An arena big enough for us to fight was created. How can I defeat these mythical beasts when they are on par with gods? Oh well, it doesn't matter if I win or not. I said and attack immediately, but the beasts dodge it with ease and as if toying with me. They always make mocking faces, making me annoyed, but I didn't let my emotion control me as I formulated a plan on how to defeat these beasts, and that is by brawl. I grabbed one of the beasts by its fur. The beast I grabbed was Fenrir and slammed it to the ground and throw it outside the ring. If you want to support me, check out my Patreon at https://www.patreon.com/Kaioshin. I tend to polls that decide important plot stuff in my P at Trien. Many thanks to my awesome patrons. Wilnet Duverne, Yami Tancho, Harold's Martinsons. If you liked the content, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll stay here until next time.